Okay, let's see if we're live. Okay, so today I just wanted to talk a little bit about it's going to be kind of inside baseball, but for those of you who are avid YouTube creators, content creators, and people who follow YouTube channels, particularly in the apologist community and or the atheist community, there was a great video by What Do You Meme, the channel What Do You Meme, which is a Christian apologetics channel. John Lecrae, who is a Christian apologist, he's worked with David Wood in Acts 17 Apologetics and Vocab Malone. He was one of the stars of the great mockumentary series What Do You Islamicize Me, where he and David and Vocab portrayed a group of 3 atheists who decided to become Muslim for the month of Ramadan. But that's just an intro. Just say that he had a great video recently exploring a controversy between Rationality Ruse, which is an atheist, quote-unquote, skeptic YouTube channel run by Stephen Woodford. And that is also a very good channel. It's one of the most cogent, very thoughtful atheist channels in the YouTube community. So I would recommend subscribing to What Do You Meme and Rationality Ruse. But Rationality Ruse got into a bit of hot water because he ran afoul of the transgender community by making a video where he didn't denounce people who think that they were born into the wrong sex, who are transgendered. He didn't denounce them, but he said that he doesn't think they should be able to compete in women's only sports. In other words, someone who is biologically male and wants to present himself as a female shouldn't be allowed to compete in sports that are reserved for women. Now, I don't want to get into a whole history of women's athletics, intercollegiate athletics, and Title IX, but there were government programs, and some of them very controversial, late, designed to foster athletic opportunities for women. Now, putting the debate on that aside, it's kind of astounding that you have against women and crush them athletically. Your network connection is experiencing difficulties. Check your connectivity. That doesn't sound good. Let me essentially saying casting women overboard, young girls overboard, in pursuit of just retaining power. And Stephen Woodford, Rationality Ruse, ran up against this because he made a video that denounced the idea of allowing men to compete in women's sports. And for that, the parent organization of Atheists, which presumably had him as a guest, had to come out with a letter denouncing him for being transphobic and basically vilifying him and characterizing him as some kind of bigot because he doesn't think men should be able to compete against young girls, because obviously it is, in every sense of the word, cheating. If using testosterone, if uh, same-sex athletes using testosterone or manipulating athletic equipment, if Tom Brady inflating footballs is cheating, then you would have to I mean, it defies logic to think that men competing against women who they are physically superior to, that's not cheating. But in the sort of topsy-turvy world created by the progressive left, this is where we are. And he was denounced by this atheist organization for having the temerity to actually label men as men and women as women, and saying that they shouldn't compete against each other, at the very least not under the false pretense that the men are not really men and that they don't have a genetic advantage over the women in athletic competition. And Joe Rogan has made this point repeatedly, and I think he encapsulated this argument best when he just held up his fist, his very large fist, and he said, "Look, show me a woman that has this fist." Not as good an example as Joe Rogan, who is a MMA guy, but it's still a valid point. Like a woman does not have this type of fist. I mean, there may be anomalies, but a biological woman does not have that type of fist. And he was simply pointing out these facts, and for that he's being